because money has karma too, and if you treat it badly, it will treat you badly. The wheel kind of always comes around, I feel. So I think you have to be balanced about it, but if you have a strong hand, then you do deserve a strong outcome. The problem is everything is contextual. It's very hard to sit up here and say always do X, right? By the way, that's what keeps these interviews interesting. If there was one set of right answers, your first guess would answer them all, and this place would be a ghost town. But everything is contextual. And I do think that you want to leave something on the table. Like a good rule of thumb in negotiations is, negotiate hard, get what you're fairly due, and at the end, give something back. Because you have to work together for the long term. I actually now firmly believe that everything you do in life, all the returns in life come from compound interest. It comes from the length and strength of your relationship. Look at the PayPal mafia and how they just keep compounding into new companies that they do together. Similarly, in your marriage or relationship, the longer you hold out, the better it gets, right? The longer you survive. Warren Buffett is the richest guy on the planet, or legally the richest guy on the planet. There's a lot of illegal wealth out there too, because he never spends a dollar. He just reinvests it. He just keeps compounding it, and he holds it. So the same way, your best business relationships are going to be with the people that you end up working with for decades. And that is true of your investors too. So if you treat them well and always try and make them money, and if you don't make them money, at least they don't feel like you overreached, you will keep that relationship for a long, long time. One of the things that I'm now very wary of is people who are over-optimizing for the moment, because they're signaling they're not a long-term player. If they're not a long-term player, you don't want to establish a relationship with them.
Do you see a lot of that?
A ton. Silicon Valley is now back into the phase it was in 1999, maybe not as frothy, but that it is a magnet town, so it's pulling a lot of people in from the outside. And back to game theory for a second, a lot of virtue comes from the iterated prisoner's dilemma, if you will, which is you're going to be playing that same game with these people over and over and over. So it's in your benefit to cooperate because you know you'll play with them again. But when a new person comes in and the rewards can be huge, you can make 20 million, 50 million and win and leave, the temptation is to cheat. It's to kind of go for the gold right now.
Or as some people would call hack.
Or hack, but it's not a good kind of hack. And there's a lot more of those people in the ecosystem right now.
Are they coming in at the entrepreneur level, angel level, all of the above?
Every level, every level. It's just whenever someone comes in as a newcomer, what you have to basically decide is this someone that I'm going to know a decade from now? Is this someone I'm going to be doing business with a decade from now? And if not, then you have to be wary of what they're offering.
How can you tell if someone has the wrong motives? How do you know if that's someone you don't want to do business with a decade from now?
Well, a simple one is, do you like them? If you don't like them as humans, you're not going to associate yourself with them a decade from now. Second one is, do you trust them? And you have to pick that up in little ways, because you won't really know until the money hits the table. That's when you see what everyone's actually made of. But you want to try and assess them in little ways. References obviously matter. And you want to see how considered and considerate they are about things. I've definitely, as an investor, I've dropped out of investments because I felt the founder was over-optimizing. And in the grand scheme of things, it was not a big deal. Like, the economics were almost the same. But the fact that they were fighting for this tiny, tiny little piece is telling me that they're overreaching. They're going for too much right now.